far?
I think it's another successful festival of trains. You know, we've had lots of public come in to see the museum, and we're a major draw for the museum. It gives us a chance to interact with the public and you know, show some of the things that go on besides just the one-to-one trains here.
Is this the better time, Christmas time?
Sort of. We do events all year round. Like the group that the division that I belong to, we do about 33 events a year. Christmas time is the busiest because most people relate trains with running underneath a Christmas tree. So everybody wants to, you know, be a part of it or see, you know, trains running.
What's the fascination?
Well, for myself, I'm a historian. I'm trained as a military historian and an archivist, so I like the history part of trains. Also, you know, for some people, it's into the different kinds of trains, seeing stuff that doesn't run on the railroads anymore, such as like the changeover from steam or streetcars to diesel, and some of our LRV units that run in downtown Baltimore. So you get to see things that, you know, just aren't there anymore. It's a little part of American history, and also like worldwide history. If you can see, there's not only on this layout are there American trains running, but there's also a European train running around as well, which is a steam engine and several cars. And those cars aren't in service anymore. They've all wound up being scrapped and used for something else. Sort of the nature of business, industrial archaeology. But I think just everybody likes trains. It's like cars and airplanes. People are into that because travel and the romance of travel, going to exotic places, you know, that sort of thing.
So where's your next one from here?
Let's see, when's our next meeting? We do something, we take a bit of a break and then start up again at the end of February. We have a train show at the State Fairgrounds in Timonium, and we'll have another huge layout operating there. But I think, I'm trying to think of who else will be there. There'll be several different clubs.
Do you make any of this stuff?
Some of it. A lot of what is in N scale is ready to run nowadays, which means you can get something, you know, out of the box and you don't have to assemble. But I have built kits before. You know, a lot of the buildings on this layout were built from kits, where you have pieces of plastic that you assemble into a building.
Which is the one here that you like best?
Ooh, that's a rough one. Because I like them all.
I imagine I can ask you a question to stumble you on things.
Well, I don't know. Really, when it comes down to it, the big 1-1 steam engines, the real steam engines, because you don't get a chance to see them.
What is the public's most curious about in your display here?
I think it's mostly the size, that they're amazed at the small size of the trains running around. A lot of times what you'll see is the larger layouts, like the Lionel, you tend to find a lot of those.
What are these called?
This is called N scale, which is...
This is not Lionel?
No. This is made by all sorts of different companies around the world. And it runs on a track that's 9 millimeters between the rails. And it's different sizes, but most of it is 1 to 1/60th scale.
How long did it take you to put this together?
This thing not too long. This thing will knock down in about probably 10 minutes. Don't touch. Yeah, the trains, when you touch them, they get knocked off the track, and then they don't. And this is how they used to do it in years and years ago. They would have what was known as a hump yard, and you would load stuff, and it would connect together by gravity. space. And these cars here are four-wheeled European cars, which are different from their American cousins, which have 4 wheels per truck. It's kind of like being in an old turn-of-the-century automobile, as opposed to an American or modern automobile, because this has got suspension on it, and this doesn't.
So the Europeans are behind.
They were at one point. Mostly their trains didn't go as far, so they didn't have. They didn't need cars that carried a lot of cargo. Because if you were only going, about 150 miles, you didn't need large freight. But if you look at like places where there were colonies, or here in America, or in Russia, the former Soviet Union, they built massive cars to get minerals and all sorts of stuff to factories. This guy does not want to.
Need a lot of patience here.
Oh yeah. It's like anything, any other hobby. Or doing like fly fishing. Patience is. There we go. It should be up and running.
Yep. There he goes.
Which is why we tell the kids not to touch them, because off the track, and then they don't run. But
then you have to do a reassemble, huh?
Exactly. But it's like real trains. If you're on the tracks and you get hit by a real train, instead of the train falling off the track, it squishes you. Are they holding